welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. I greet everybody upon this evening. What's up to everybody out there? You know how we do it with our conversations. You know what I mean? I raised the question to the people. How should Christians handle breakups and or separation? Yeah, I know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the so please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement, or any type of privacy guidelines at all. So everybody's going to join this live now in the middle, and those going to catch it when it uploads to YouTube. What's up to everybody out there? What's up to Benita? Shout out to you. Hope all is well at Benita. What's up to Marquise Williams? Hope all is well. What's up to Quanta B? Mercy Carr, shout out to you. Hope all is well. Shelly House. What's up to Biblical Instructions? You said what's going on. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. I'm just maintaining, having this decent conversation for the most part. What's up to Drago? What's up to Tiffany Neely? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Mr. McKnight? Hope all is well. So we raised the question to the people. Pretty good conversation. Pretty good question. I'm pretty sure some people are going to have some insights and advice or whatever they got to say about the topic at the end of the day. You know what I mean? See if we miss anybody in the chat room. All right. What's up to David B? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Mr. McKnight, you're asking for a Zoom link. I don't think they do it on a Zoom, to my knowledge. The last time I got was on YouTube. It was unlisted though. It wasn't to the public. Normally somebody text me the link to the YouTube, but I didn't receive anything yet. So that's what goes on. I don't know what happened to their Zoom, but they're using YouTube, but as unlisted, not to the public, for the most part, All right, so some people come on here and they talk about these relationships. They talk about this stuff often, So I raised the question to them people and anybody else out there. People come on here sobbing about their marriage and relationship and this and that. How they want a spouse. So here's a question for y'all. Here's a question. You could have a conversation about how should Christians handle breakups. It's a rough one. You understand, especially for a lot of people, because a lot of people may be very sensitive to stuff like that. They could be sensitive to rejection. Appreciate that at Biblical Instructions. Before leaving Earth, definitely appreciate the support to this YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Network. You know what I mean? So what was I saying? Some people are very sensitive to rejection, breakups, separation. There's people out there that even go one over. Divorce. That'll get something started in here. You mention the word divorce, oh man, people will come out. It's only 4 minutes in. Drago, appreciate that. There's always appreciation for the support and those who like, coming on here, chopping it up and watching the videos and stuff like that in general. So back to the topic at hand. Now, don't wait. To those out there, don't wait till we talk about something else to try to bring a topic like this up in your question. All right? Please. All right? My thoughts about breakups and separation. How can one handle it? I would say it depends. People break up and people separate for all types of reasons. You know what I mean? Some people get caught sleeping with this person's sister. Some people get caught with sleeping with this person's mother. You know what I mean? Some people have financial issues. Some people have drug addictions, drug problems, spending problems. You know what I mean? People break up for all type of reasons. You know what I mean? Abuse, physical abuse. What's up to Bless? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. You know, people break up for various reasons. You know what I mean? Especially, tipping and dipping. Tipping and dipping. And I'm pretty sure we watched the show Cheaters. People in the church ain't so good. A lot of people in the church ain't so good. You know, there are people in there that, they may say they have a struggle. Yeah, right. If you got a good woman, whatever the case may be, or either or got a good spouse, why try to mess it up? Why mess it up being greedy? For the most part. But I think a lot of people like their cake and want to eat it too. For the most part. You understand? So in general, handling breakups for a lot of people could be rough. You know, depression, stress, crying. Mercy Carr says, but once you get the knowledge of God, how to treat each other's, I believe it can work out. Anything. Because I believe life is more important than hurting your loved one. I believe in walking away. Well, the divorce and separation rate in the churches are high. So what do you say about that? What do you say about that part right there? What's up to Diane Holmes? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You know? What do you say about people growing apart? What do you say about that? You know what I mean? What do you say about that? Do you think it's a such thing as far as like those in the church? Like you said, if they get the knowledge of how to treat each other. Some people get bored after a while. What do you say about that? You know what I mean? They want this person 1 year, they want this person another year. What's up to Diane Holmes? How you feeling? I'm good. We're coming along. You know? All right? What about yourself? Besides all this pollen out here, all this allergies and whatnot going on in the South, I don't like it. You know? But in general, I'm good because we're here another day. We're blessed to see another day, despite whatever is going on. All right? Shelley House says, people often seek escape during difficult times and challenges. Escape. Like you're saying, like if a person is beating on a spouse, or if a person is beating on somebody that they're courting or looking to get married. All right? David B said, we must be certain to be equally yoked. If not, then going separate ways is for the best. Equally yoked. What's your definition of being equally yoked? Because even two people in the churches, or whatever you want to call it, they could be baptized the right way and have the Holy Ghost. You think all people, you know what I mean, who's qualified, or whatever the case may be, to be equally yoked, you think everybody's compatible? Let me know. Tiffany says, as long as you don't sin, wish the other person well, and go. We have to have boundaries. And this is only for the unmarried. You wrote, what's up to E. Wooten? Shout out to you. What's up to EFP Media? Diane Holmes says, I'm doing well. Arthritis is giving me a fit, but God, you wrote. Arthritis. Allergies is giving me a fit. All this pollen in the south. You know what I mean? You're giving me a big time fit. You know, but like you said, but God. Amen. All right? Miss Joyce said, just stay away from the other person, excuse me, with no hard feelings. You said stay away from the other person. Stay away. What's up, the Art of War? Shout out to you. Marquise Williams says, if at all possible, it should be done respectfully and peacefully. Believers should pray that God has mercy on all parties involved. What's up to C. Bonetta? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Shelley House says, in a relationship, financial problems can lead people to seek someone else. Wow. Financial problems. What's up to Marcia? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Mercy Carr said, it's because they have lack of knowledge of life. Because life is good, and you never know, later on they can reunite with each other. Once you leave with peace and understanding, no upset at all, you wrote. David B says, having the same interest is a must, outside of having the same baptism. Good one. Good one. All right? Mr. Collins says, where in the South you are? North Carolina. North Carolina. You know, and the pollen is terrible. All right? Miss Joyce says, is it wise to stay friends with someone you broke up with? I think we talked about that the other day. We may have, did we? Something like that. Is it wise? Yeah, I think we talked about that the other day. I don't think it is. Vanita says, I don't have a problem leaving someone I got abused mentally and physically. SMH. You know what? We talked about. Let me go back and look at the topic. Let's go see what the topic was the other day. So the topic the other day was, should or can a person in a relationship, marriage, be friends with exes? Yeah, we talked about that the other day. Yeah. Vanita says, I don't have a problem leaving someone I got abused mentally and physically. He says, SMH had to go. What's up to TNT? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. At TNT News. Let me see where we at. What's up with Dioki? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. What's up to Marcia? He says, according to how the relationship ended, either way, as Christians, we must forgive. Forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Good point. Good point. What's up to Aaron Michael? Shout out to you. He said, a Christian should pray if they are separated from their spouse. If you're not married, you don't have to worry. Yo, this guy's funny. This guy's hilarious. Love, loyalty, and success. Shout out to you. Benita says, I tried that friend thing after breakup. It didn't work. No way. Loyalty, love, loyalty, and success says, a hoe is going to be a hoe, whether if it's today or 10 years later. I don't know where that came from. I don't know where that came from. That's some kind of person. That sounds personal right there. Right. Right? What's up to PK? Tanya Renee, shout out to you. Toya Henley. Capricorn said, why does people make a big deal out of this? Miss Joyce says, break up the makeup, that's all some people do. Sound like a song. Anthony Nelson, you says, good afternoon. You says, it's simple just to say, I don't love you anymore. Goodbye. Easy said and done, huh? Imagine that. Some people out there. All right, TJ says, a couple is one in God's eyes. You wrote, PK says, I got married but want a divorce. Can I do that according to the Bible? Well, you got to go listen to the teachings. I ain't here to teach nothing. Go type in Pastor Gino Jennings, divorce, or remarriage, or whatever. However you want to word it on YouTube or Google. You know what I mean? That's gonna be my answer. You know? Right? Love, loyalty, and success is not personal. God, he says, good women are hard to come by. Well, listen. You says a hoe gonna be a hoe. I mean, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Listen, I don't know if you're listening to Ludacris, some old song. I don't know. But that sounds personal. There's a bunch of hoes out here, men and women. You know? You're forgiven at PK. No, I'm not no preacher. Why would you think I'm a preacher? Why people always think I'm a preacher? I don't get it. You know? All right, what's up to Christopher Span? Shout out to you. Kurt Ellis said, what up, Kurt? You said, I think thinking about Job and what he went through should be enough for all in humbling situations. Job. Got that right. All right. What's up to Anita Francis? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Appreciate that. Let me see where I left off at. Please forgive me. PK says, how dare you, speaking of Bible, and curse? Somebody curse? Who cursed in talking about the Bible? Did somebody curse? I don't know what he's talking about. He says somebody cursed. Who cursed? I don't see no curse words in the chat room. What are you talking about, PK? I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Miss Joyce says, don't put your breakup on social media. It says drama. Drama. Yeah, there's a lot of people out here, you know, that put their business on social media every day. You know, every day. All right, let me see where we're at. Capricorn says, my grandmother always say when somebody call you a name, it takes one to know one you wrote. Good one. What's up, the brother Prodigal? Appreciate that at C Bonetta for becoming a member to this YouTube channel. Appreciate the support. What's up to Maddie? What's up to Mr. Hebrew? Hope all is well. David B says, I think that person is referring to you, bro. I don't know why. I don't use profanity. Hey, PK, I don't use profanity. What are you talking about? Somebody cursed on here. Nobody cursing on here. What's wrong with you? Don't put that lie on. You know what I mean? Don't lie on me. Make sure you get the facts right, PK. Ain't nobody cursing on here. What are you talking about? Please don't get me started. All right. What's up to John Smith? What's up to Bonnie? Shout out to you. Says, I feel sorry for married couples because Geno Jennings said you're bound to your spouse until you die. You can't divorce or remarry. Aaron Michaels wrote that. Not miss anybody else. Let me see. Wow. Aaron Michaels. You out of all people. Aaron Michaels. The one who picks up women, prostitutes. You know? Aaron Michaels, you funny, man. You a funny dude. You understand? Right? So how would you handle a breakup, Mr. Michaels? I ain't talking about them prostitutes you picking up neither. You know? How would you handle a breakup? You know? Let me know. Oh, man. Y'all funny. All right. Did I miss anybody? Let me see if I missed anybody. What's up to Urban Mac? I didn't even see you. When I scroll down sometimes, I don't see it. I scroll back up, it pops up. What's up to Drago, Jonah? Who else is on here? Did I miss anybody? Let me know if I missed you. I see y'all shouting people out. I ain't see. What's up to Angela Jackson? Shout out to you. We shout out TNT. Who else did I miss, man? Anybody else? I like to make sure I get everybody. I gotta go to my quick. Check something out right fast. We're scrolling. What's up? He said I put Aaron on blast. He said I put Aaron on blast. I mean, you know, he came on here, you know. Oh, they got the NFL draft tonight. Okay. I didn't even know that. You know? Something good to watch later. Miss Joy, shout out to you. Jesus Rose says, give it to God when I believe he got me over a woman that didn't want me. But I wanted her so bad on the real. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Oh, man. James, whoa, come on, man. You about to get me started, man. You about to get me started. Please. Ah, man. You wanted a woman so bad. I mean, we all go through the through. We go through it. Wanting somebody that don't want us for the. So I'm pretty sure some people in here been through that. You know, whereas though they wanted somebody and hey, the other person may have not been feeling you. You know what I mean? It could be a blessing. You know what I mean? Definitely, like you wrote. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? I'd say. All right. Let me see where we at. Let me see where we at. I'm just scrolling through some things on here, see if I missed anybody. Mm. All right. What's up to Ernest Beard? Tyrone says you don't have to stay with the significant other if you're. All right. Miss Joy says, do y'all think soul ties are real after a breakup? Yeah, that's something right there for a minister. What's up to T Desmond? What's up with Summer Gabriel? Shout out to you. Anita says it's wanted. You says it's wanted someone so bad it's lusting. I guess you meant is wanting someone so bad. I think it depends, man. I think it depends. For example, if a brother see a sister in the church, man, she alright, man. She's my type. You understand? We go to the same church, we equally yoked. She been baptized, I've been baptized. I'm very interested in this sister. But I'm not thinking about nothing sexual. Now, if the brother over here is thinking about something sexual, that's different. That's way different. But one has to be careful because she may not be interested in that fella. He could want her so bad that she's just not interested in him. You know what I mean? I'd say. Prodigal says, I don't want no woman mostly unstable upstairs, you wrote. I'm okay at T Desmond. Shout out to you. Irvin Max said, what is a true soul tie? Yeah, that's something right there is for a minister. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna touch on that one. I'll leave that to the ministers out there. You know? Right? Let me see. Christopher Span said, it's bad when you oh man. Christopher Span, you funny man. Now please get out. You said when it's over, it's over. You said no do-overs and no leftovers. No do-overs or leftovers. G Swole says, G Swole says, and on top of that, it was a love triangle. When I was going after her and she was going after the homie, but using me to get stuff out of me. But he didn't have to do anything for her. Wow. Wow. Yo, G Swole, man. Oh man, G Swole. You be killing me, G Swole. Oh man. Whew. G Swole and Aaron Michaels. Listen, y'all need to team up. Y'all need to team up and do like a little show. Aaron Michaels and be good. That'd be something good right there. That'd be something good, you know? He said on top of that, it was a love triangle. It was a triangle love, excuse me, when I was going after her. And she was going after the homie, but using me to get stuff out of me, but he didn't have to do anything for her. That's deep. Man, that's good you got away from her, man. That's good. You know, you just never know. There's people out there that's looking to use other people, whether it's from the money, whether it's from anything or for anything. You know what I mean? So it's sad that, you know, people are out there like that. You know what I mean? At G Swole. It's sad. It's a sad situation. It's a very sad situation that, you know, individuals like to use people, like to prey on people. You know what I mean? Hey, I've been there before, kind of, sort of. Probably when I was about, how old was I? I think I might have been like 16, 17. You know what I mean? I was a fool. I was working at McDonald's in Jersey City. I was a fool. So I'm going to give you a story. Now, I don't know how old you were. I don't know how old you was. But I know how old I was when this female used me a little bit. You know what I mean? So she wanted $40 a week from me, from my McDonald's check. You know what I mean? And I was a fool to agree with it. I think I did it for like 1 week. And then something transpired where as though, you know, I found out she was using me. So 1 week, that was it. 1 week. She caught me for 1 week. $40 a week when I was working at McDonald's. $40 a week. You understand? And back then, minimum wage was $5.15 an hour. So $40 a week was a lot of money. That's a lot of money back then. You know what I mean? All right. I see we got some blocked people in here. Shout out to the moderators. The moderators in the background too. Gotta have them folks cocked and loaded. You know? All right. What's up to Robin Harris? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You says it's funny because once you walked away from her, you says completely. You says I felt like she wanted me back when I caught her staring at me. And I believe I was 24 years old. You 24? 24. I mean, I don't know how old you are now. I don't know. But hey, man, we all learn our lesson, you know, when it comes to you know, people like that. You know what I mean? And men use women. You understand? There's men out here who they go after a certain kind of woman, right? Preferably someone who's insecure with themselves because they know they can use that woman. Stay at her place, eat up all her food. So it happens on both ends. You know what I mean? It happens on both ends, for sure. You know what I mean? You said Tony was trying to get that McFlurry. Oh man, I was a wild boy. Anita Francis said, "Was it the McDonald's on Grand Street?" Yes, it was McDonald's on Grand Street. Um, right after high school, I would go to work. 2001. Yep, between like April and like October or something like that. You know, so I was going to work. You know, when the towers thing happened and whatnot. You know what I mean? So back then, so I was there. You know, I don't know if you worked there at the time. You know what I mean? But I was there. Worked in the kitchen and the register. You know, all right. Let's see who else. Span says we've been there. Absolutely, absolutely. Glad. Listen, glad to be out of it too. You know what I mean? Because it's a sad thing when people out there like that. They in a negative manner. PREY. You understand? Just to get something um out of somebody, which is real crazy. You know? All right. Let's go to more comments. Bioki says, I don't like to put my whole heart into relationships and be vulnerable. So I don't feel hurt by any breakup. Wow. Shelly House says, I suppose you might think it's inappropriate for a woman to ask a man out on a date. Oh man. Whew. Ah man. Let me see. Um that's comment is kind of like tough to respond to. It's tough because if she's interested in the fella, let's just say they're just talking and courting each other. If you're talking about that, or just say let's just go. Can we go have a cup of tea? I don't know. Something positive and righteous. Let's go to Starbucks and sit down and I don't know what y'all drink out there at Starbucks, frappuccinos or mocha latte. I don't go there, but some people do. You know, or bowling or something like that. Is it wrong? Is it wrong for a sister to say recommend? You know, can we take a walk in the park by the waters? Can we throw rocks or whatever the case may be and just talk? You know, if it's something righteous and positive, but not like in a desperate manner, I'd say. You know, um, let's see. What's up to Cynthia Lake? Shout out to you. Well, doing the prayers. Appreciate that. Um, let's see where we at. Hmm. 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 Wow. Travis Hunter went to the Jaguars. Hmm. I'm just looking at that quick. Forgive me. Raymond Collins, shout out to you. What's up to G Money? G Money. I know you watching that draft. Travis Hunter went to the Jaguars. Hmm. All right. Um. Capricorn says, you can love someone that's not in church. I know plenty of people that was married in the church and their husband or wife wasn't. Vanita says, can we do a topic on what to watch on television one day? I really need to know what to watch. I think we did that already. Let me go check. Let me go back and check. Something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Can't remember it. I can't really find it right now. But we're gonna get to it. But I think I'm not too sure. Span says, lie, I had a breakup so rough and so tough it made me snot cry, hoot and holler. I mean, it hurt. But now I look at it, man, I was a fool and a good one. Oh. Yeah, we've been through it. Summer Gabriel says, I encountered someone like that 3 years ago and grateful God removed and saved me from destruction. Destruction. All right. Read that. Anthony Nelson says, how do you keep the relationship strong when things start to get boring? Well, I would recommend that to a minister. I recommend that to a minister to take care of. Miss Joy says, people in holiness should date people in holiness. G Money says, people who truly follow the true teachings of Jesus Christ should try to remain cordial with their ex after a breakup and pray that God will continue to keep them and better them. That's a true Christian. Understandable. All right. Capricorn says, I'm going to keep it 100. I don't care. I don't want nobody who don't want me. I don't care if they're holy or not. Diane says, folks that are vulnerable and experienced are easy pickings. Marcia says, there's some manipulators out there. Gotta pay attention. They seem to be really nice folks, smiling and speaking so nicely. All right. G Swole says, she really hurt me, bro, when she was the first heartbreak that made me pray to God to get me over her. Wow. What's up, Wanda? Shout out to you. And Maxwell Span says, dated a woman that told me if I give her a baby, I wouldn't have to work again. Oh, man. Wow. Says I reap my heathen benefits, then I got locked up. We all know what happens. Next. Brother Prodigal says, woman asked me out. Have some coffee back in the normal days. He said, the normal days. What's up to T Wood? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Yo, y'all funny. Y'all is funny. Wow. Oh, man. Wow. Let me see where we at. These comments are funny though, man. Miss Joyce says, I'm laughing at throwing rocks on a date. I mean, hey, you buy the waters, you buy the oceans, you get the little flat rocks. And you just phew. You're having a little fun with that. But I think I read that one. Um, you said you'd be 30. Cool. Did Shador Sanders get drafted yet? I don't think so. No, I don't see it. Nope, I didn't see it. No. Ashton Jeanty went to the Raiders with the 6th pick. All right. Summer Gabriel says, I think coffee shops and picnics are great to have a meet and greet. What's up to Tyree Lewis? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Mm. What's up to Sion? Bonita says, if you can find it, can you repost it so I can watch it? If you don't mind, I would really appreciate that, my brother. I mean, I don't, mind doing it again. You know what I mean? I don't mind at all. Having a part 2. Span says, they be like, you can't leave me, my snapback's too strong. You said psych headphones, problems, drama, fornicating, and last but not least, you can't cook, gotta go. You says knocking boots on an empty stomach. You says no way. Christopher Span, bless is laughing. Dioki says sometimes you can set yourself up for hurt when you don't pay attention to language and body language. You wrote. What's up to her? Why? Shout out to you. Mercy Cost says a real woman knows what to do to keep the marriage on fire. I said a real woman, no faking or doesn't know what to keep it kind and real for sure, point blank. You wrote. Right. Let's see. All right. What's up to SV? Shout out to you. What's up to Robertstein? What's up to S Rod? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. S Rod. Appreciate that. At Miss Joy. Span says, when you're in a real marriage, you're not sharing with nobody. That's my meat. It's mine. You wrote. Yo, Span, you going today. Marcia says, Pastor Gino teaches that God is the only one that we should love with all of our heart. Right? See if we missed anybody. SV says, if the marriage is lawful in God's eyes, if separated, both parties should work towards reconciliation. You wrote. Appreciate that comment. Prodigal says, no one's really yours, it's just our turn. Oh man, that's funny right there. That's hilarious. All right, how much time we got left? We gotta see how much time we got left so we can knock off. See how much time can we give? It's one of those nights. Bear with me. Let's see. Not bad. What's up to Sister Monica? Paulette. Miss, what I miss? What I miss? Paulette. What's up to EFP Media once again? Span says, speak for yourself. My wife wasn't passed around like a 40-year-old once. And pack of twisters, I know. Uh-oh. Prodigal son, you done struck a match. You struck a match, Prodigal. Uh-oh. G Money says, Hunter is going to love playing in Florida. Let me see what else. Hold up. Let me see something. He got traded. Let me see. It's on Wikipedia. It's saying something different. He was selected by the Jacksonville Jaguars in a trade involving the Cleveland Browns. I don't know, man. This internet stuff is just weird. Right? And then they got Green Bay Packers on here somewhere, man. It's crazy. I'll just wait till the draft is over. Yo, this guy. Chris and Prodigal, yo, y'all funny. Y'all need your own show too. Aaron Michaels and G Swole, they need their own show. And Prodigal and Christopher Span. Oh man, that'd be good. That'd be good. You know, y'all is funny. Anthony Nelson said, when you have grown children and an unstable life, dating is the last thing on your mind, especially when you have been through so many relationships. You wrote. Wow. What's up to Herd Wise? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Aaron Michael says, is Shedeur Sanders going to the NFL? I mean, if he get picked, it's not, he's there, but, you know, nobody picked Shedeur Sanders yet. They're on the 9th pick right now. Dallas is the 12th pick. I'll be surprised. You know, Dion played on the Cowboys. And Atlanta is the 15th pick. San Francisco is the 11th. So Dion played on all those teams, right? Plus he played on the Ravens. Ravens is the 27th pick. I'd be surprised if he go to the Cowboys. All right. Let's keep it going with the topic. Drago says the podcast bros. The podcast bros. Who got picked number 1? Cam Ward. Cam Ward. Yo, y'all funny. What's up to Don Baller? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Oh, man. Them two go back and forth, man. That's funny. That's pretty funny. All right. Jonas says, NFL is too soft these days. I stopped watching. Oh, man. Now they going back and forth in the chat room, man. This is too funny, man. This is too funny. They going back and forth in the chat room. Sion says, Christians should handle a breakup by eating an ice cream, crying it out to the Lord, and the next day it should be okay. I mean, to each his own. To each his own. You know what I mean? All right, we got a couple more minutes left, and then we're going to knock off. A couple more minutes left. And then we're going to knock off. And, Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow with some more, conversation for the most part. So leave your last closing remarks in the chat room. All right. Oh, bless it. Y'all wild in here. Wow. Oh, they bagging on each other now. Ah, man. Roast session. They roasted in here now. Wow. The trolls usually roast on me. Now I'm seeing y'all roast on each other. Huh. Oh, man. Bonita says, peace to all the brothers and sisters. God bless. And I pray that everyone has a wonderful night. Appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. Capricorn says, I need to be in a relationship so I can break up and have ice cream. What? You need to be in a relationship so you can break up and have ice cream. Wow. G Swole says, I feel like it takes me forever to get over a breakup because when I love a woman, I truly love a woman, but now I'm not putting so much of my emotions into a relationship anymore. EFP says, breakups at my grown age will do me harm, or you meant no harm? What's up, the Flemings? You meant no harm at EFP? All right. What's up, the B Holy? Shout out to you. Oh, you says I'm scared to love again. Breakups are hard emotionally. Emotional. Wow, it's deep. That's deep. Feel like people can waste a person's time. Like, man, I done wasted this much time on this person. I invested my time. It's all puppy love in the beginning. Oh, I miss you. I miss you too. Sleeping on the phone together. Falling asleep on the phone together. Snoring. Wasted all that time. You know what I mean? Mr. Telephone Man. Huh? There's something wrong with my line. Huh? Come on, you from Boston. Span. Come on, Bobby Brown and them. You from there, right? Sheesh. What's up to David B? Oh, man. G Swole says, I heard when a man puts his all to break up with him. Well, so I'd say some. I say some because they're not used to that. You know, I think women like that, they used to, those men who dog them, who treat them wrong, who beat on them. All right, SV says people get upset about a breakup don't care about losing God. Wow, that's deep. What's up to MP? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Sion says, what did you do? What did you do? What about you when you break up with somebody? When you break up with someone. You says, what did you do? What about you when you break up with somebody? I guess you're trying to say what did I did or what transpired when I had a breakup. That's what you're saying? You know what I mean? I mean, one example is, I don't know, how old was I? I probably was like 16. I wasn't fighting at 16. I wasn't in the gym at 16. You know? I mean, hey, I had to live with it. Simple. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna sit here and, you know, look at the walls and stuff like that. Or when I was 19, I mean, hey, we broke up at the age of 19, and you know, I don't know. I just didn't like her attitude, so it was whatever at that time. You know what I mean? To give an example, when a woman has an attitude, when I was 19 and 20, nah, mm-mm. You understand? I couldn't deal with that. You know what I mean? All right. I'm all good at slick. Fleming says, remember the love from your heart, not with all your heart, you wrote. Wonderful. G Swole said that's why Tina kept eating the cake from Ike. All right. So if you got any last closing remarks, feel free to leave it in the chat room. Leave it in the chat room so we can wrap this thing up, close it out. Definitely appreciate y'all for coming on here, having this conversation. God bless to everybody out there. Hope everybody have a wonderful night, a wonderful sleep, a good peace of mind. Shout out to all the haters out there, screen recorders, all y'all. The people who are making fake names. Y'all too. Ones who make fake names and come on here to try to blend in. You must think I'm stupid or something like that, man. There's people out there, haters and slicksters out there. You know what I mean? They come in here try to blend in. Like, I'm not going to go to your YouTube channel and find out and see when you made the page. Watch yourself. Person come on here. What today's date? Today's the 24th. Person came on here on April the 16th, right? They try to blend in. On April the 16th, I looked at their YouTube channel. Looked at the date. Page was made April the 16th. How you know this? How you know that? Well, I look like Boo Boo the Fool. you know? But they could keep coming. Let them keep coming on to the channel. They're actually helping it out. Waste your time. Utilize your time and make fake profiles and wait till I come on. Be waiting. I'm gonna make another fake profile called Sugar Sweet and Candy. And I'm gonna try to talk to him. Well, I look stupid. Huh? They try to make a fake name with women who are attractive. And think I'm gonna fall for the okie doke. Huh? Who sent you? Who sent you? What false prophet sent you? Oh, you an ex? Which one? Huh? Who sent you? You know what I mean? If you analyze a person, if a person is like, you never seen this person before and how they talk, and if they don't announce themselves like, okay, this is, I know PDD, he had a different name. Some people have different names and they say, listen, this is such and such. So we already know. But if somebody come on here, besides the new people, you can tell how the way they talk. If somebody new come on here and they start mentioning stuff that, you know, how does this person know this or that? I don't say it. It's a setup. You know what I mean? Ain't gonna work here. You gotta try harder than that, man. We ain't gonna give people like that no type of attention. You understand? We ain't giving those people no type of attention. You know? You ain't gonna trap me. I know you're probably watching too, laughing. Right now, looking. You know? It don't bother me none. You know? All right? So there's people, just, if y'all have YouTube channels and stuff like that, just be careful out there. Because you never know. It could be your ex that you dealt with in the past. It could be a false prophet sending somebody to your channel. Just like, I ain't gonna mention his name. Just like such and such sent such and such to go look at First Church and spy and things like that. They do stuff like that. They send women to email you, text message you, hit you up on WhatsApp or what is that other one called? Telegram. You know what I mean? They do that. You know, oh hey, can I speak to Juanita? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I had, and send you a picture of a beautiful woman. Block, delete. There's people out there like that. Like I'm stupid. You will listen, you will never hear me in a scandal or nothing like that. Never. You won't ever hear me in a scandal. You know? You know what I mean? You won't ever hear me harassing women of the church. You won't hear it. You know what I mean? You won't hear Tony Harvin touch me inappropriately or said this to me. You won't hear it. You will not hear it. Oh, look at the text message Tony Harvin sent me. And he just messaged me. This is our first time talking and he sent this. I thought he was a good brother. You won't hear that. Or somebody may spoof my number. They know how to put the text messages as if it's that person's number. Like it's a real like texting bracket. People will take their time to do that type of stuff. You know what I mean? Search the IP address to that. See if it's the real them first. You know? But it ain't gonna work. No scandals. I'm here alone. You understand? No scandals. You know what I mean? This is too funny. always wanted to address these people out there who text my phone and text the WhatsApp. I don't even be on WhatsApp like that. Or Telegram. However that stuff work. Or Instagram. I don't be on that neither. Too much. You know? False prophets. False prophets. They went to my Instagram and they looked at the people that I was following. Now, I don't be on Instagram like that. Now, I put my following at about 100 one time. Or 110. So I don't be on Instagram. So after a while, you go recheck it. You be like, how I get 137 people that I'm following? How does that happen? I didn't know Instagram add people automatically. I didn't know that. You know? So he screenshotted somebody that was unauthorized. I didn't know. What a fool. Ain't gonna work. You understand? It's not gonna work. I don't be on Instagram, fella. To even following people. Oh, let me follow this person, that person, this person. Here, there. I gotta go keep checking Instagram once in a while to see if they added unauthorized people. You know what I mean? Because they'll think you followed this person, but you didn't. That's how wicked the internet is, like Instagram. They adding people that you're following. You didn't even do that. You know? All right? So, let me go. So shout out to those people making those fake names out there, man. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that and go on people's YouTube channel that I have an issue with. I don't need to do that. You know what I mean? If you're gonna be true to yourself, use your real name and have a basic conversation. You know? If you feel as though you want to get something out, hey, get it out on your channel. Not that I watch it. I don't watch your channel to that person. I don't care too much for it. You know? All right? Here we go. Let's see where we left. I was supposed to be getting off. Donation button. Well, maybe somebody in here could help Marcia out with that, you know, because from what I know about this is I think you hit the it's not a donation button, it's like a show your support for Tony Harvin type of thing. And I don't know how these people be, you know, doing the super stickers and all that. I think I may have did it one time with somebody or whatever, you know. Or you could YouTube it and find out how to do it that way, tutorial. Appreciate that at Lemons. Lemons said just don't start drinking and using drugs to help. Oh man, EFP said it's a setup. Absolutely. All right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. I appreciate y'all for coming on here. You know what I mean? Having this conversation. In general, you know, Lord willing, we'll be on tomorrow with some more good conversation. For sure, Fleming said it's that $ near the chat section. Okay. EFP says holiness scammers. She's what says, I'm still on Grandpa Facebook, the only social media I have. It's all good. You also stated that can you sue Instagram for that? Not to my knowledge. Mercy Carr says put it on out there. Let them know where you're coming from, what you say. Absolutely. David B says Shana Shop is going through it right now, messing with a young woman young enough to be his daughter. All right. God bless to everybody out there. Hope everybody have a wonderful night. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. I'm out. Peace.